chances are you're wasting your life. You know, it is one thing to live a life without purpose. I think a lot of people, they live a life without a real purpose. They just go where the wind blows. They just follow the tide. One day it is this way, the next day it is that way. To live a life without purpose is to have a meaningless life. That's a sad thing, no, if you think of it. You lived a full life. People define a full life meaning they live a long life. That's far from the truth. Longevity has nothing to do with having a life that is full. To live a meaningless life is to live a life without purpose. There's a saying, di ba? There's a common saying. The grass is greener on the other side of the fence, di ba? You know, so when I was thinking of that, you know, chances are the people that notice that are the people that has not much purpose in life. Because people that has purpose in life would not care about the grass on the other side of the fence. They're more concerned of the grass that is on their side of the fence. And we see that with Paul. He did not care what was happening at the other side of the fence. That other believers were maligning him, were envious, were putting him down, was trying to put down his spirit. A lot of us, when that happens, a lot of times when that happens to us, we tend to look at the other side of the fence and we feel bad. Why is it green? Why are they saying that? Paul said, I don't care about them. As long as the grass is green, as long as Christ is proclaimed, I'm happy. I'm content. Because this is the purpose of my life. So I asked myself, Bob, do you always look at the other side of the fence and complain? Or are you focused? As I mentioned, there's a lot of distraction in life. A lot. From the time you wake up to the time you sleep. 1,001 ways to be distracted. There are other people, they live a life with a purpose. The problem is, it's the wrong purpose. That's sad. You hear a lot of successful men, businessmen, politicians, entrepreneurs, giving their life in something that they thought would bring them joy, happiness, meaning, and purpose in life. Realizing in the end it was nothing. It was a vapor. It was a mirage all along. A lot of times, try to imagine, no? Your purpose in life is to work. Di ba parang, I was just thinking about that thought. If my purpose in life is just to work, what a sad purpose. I mean, working is a means to achieve your purpose in life. It could be a vehicle, but it should not be the purpose. Some people's purpose in life is fame, is getting rich, being popular. I realize something. Living apart from Christ in the end will disappoint you. If you live your life apart from Christ, at the end, it will disappoint you. If not in this life, mark my word, in the next life, at the very end of it, when everything is analyzed, a life apart from Christ will disappoint. So our text today cuts like a certain scalper at the very heart of Christianity. What is the purpose of man? What is the purpose of a Christian man? You know, Christianity is all about a person. All that is rightly associated with Christ, that is what Christianity is. Christianity finds its meaning and center in Christ Jesus. And if you take Christ out of the picture in anything that you do, that's not Christianity. That's just any other religion in the world. That's, to me, in a sense, humanism. Because Christianity is all about Christ. Everything gravitates around who Christ is. And there, in our passage today, Paul discusses why he thinks why he was acting this way. Because I was asking myself the last time, what an audacious statement. He was saying it does not matter. It does not matter na siraan ako. It does not matter people are trashing me. It doesn't matter if people has put me to jail. It doesn't matter as long as Christ is proclaimed. That is what is important. Even if I live or die, as long as Christ is proclaimed, I'm happy. Beat me up, Christ is proclaimed, okay. Well and good. You know why? Because Paul summarizes it and says, to live is Christ. He says, to me, to Paul, everything is about Christ. Everything. He was rejected because of his commitment to Christ. He was beaten up because of his commitment to Christ. He was stoned because of his commitment to Christ. And he was put to death because of his commitment to Christ. And when Paul said in this verse, to me, the word there is very emphatic. It is very strong. Because Paul is not talking about something that he read. He's not talking about something that he saw. A movie that he watched. A seminar he attended. Or a testimony that inspired him. He says here, to me, this is a first-hand experience. It is something deep in my soul, at the very core of me. To me. Regardless of how everyone is living. A lot of times we're persuaded by that. Do as the Joneses does. He does not care. Regardless of what his friends are doing. Regardless of what other people are saying. Regardless of what the consequence it might bring. This is what is authentic. This is what is genuine in the life of Paul. And he says, I can't speak for you. But as for me, because of what Christ has done for me, because of the truth that I know about him, because of the death he did in my behalf, to me, to live is Christ. To live is Christ. This is the very reason why I live. This is the very reason why I exist. The thing that controls me, the things that drives me, the things that compels me to do what I do. And as I mentioned, in our Bible it says to live is Christ. The is not there in the original Greek. The original Greek reads to live Christ. It is not a verb, is Christ. It is to live Christ. Do you see the power there? To live Christ, die gain. Wala rin is dun sa gain eh. And Paul says this sums up the substance of my life. The substance of my life is Christ. Nothing outside of my life is not guided by the principle of Christ. I'm always under His Lordship. Christ is the very essence of my being. It compasses all. And if you look into my mind, in every corner, if you look at every motives why I do certain things, if you look at my mouth and see what is the reason why I speak this way, if you look at my plans, why I go here and not there, why I remember Paul said I really wanted to go to you much earlier, but God prohibited me from ministering to you. If you look at the very heart of Paul, and you're able to open and see at the deepest recesses of his life, shining brightly, Christ. To live is Christ. It's a very simple thought. It is not hard to comprehend. It's been mentioned 1,001 times that it lost its real value and meaning and implication in our life. Christianity is about the person. It's about Christ. And living is about Christ. Apart from that, you're wasting your life. I submit. Yes, people might commend you for the great achievements. Yes, you might have acquired a lot of recognition and wealth and position. Yes, you might be given all these accolades. But at the end of the day, I submit to you, it's a waste. Last week, we looked at Resurrection Sunday, right? A passage relating to that. And I was mentioning that when Christ was crucified, none of the apostles apart from John was there. Everybody was scattered. Everybody was afraid. They were hiding. Yet, after they've seen the risen Christ, when they saw the risen Christ, they realized all the claims of Jesus was true. What a validation. He has risen. The Pharisees didn't want that to happen. Diba? They were planning to cook up a reason, an excuse. But Christ rose from the dead, and when the apostles saw that,